Start the clock.
So, hello YouTubers and Doctor Who fans to another Series 8 episode review. Today we're taking a look at another really hyped story by myself. I just couldn't wait for it, especially when I saw the next time trailer. I thought it would be something I would absolutely love, and that is Mummy on the Orient Express. Anyway, camera quality might be not the best. It looks a little fuzzy from looking at it, but don't worry, I will get a much better camera to sort that out, because to me it looks a little fuzzy. It's alright quality, but it could be better. Anyway, we'll get right into my procedures anyway, with the positives and the negatives of the Mummy on the Orient Express. The positive is actually quite simple. If you remember, a long time ago, Matt Smith gets a call about the Orient Express. Cannot remember what story it is. Someone can, obviously quote me about that. But yeah, Matt Smith gets a phone call about the Orient Express, and now the Doctor is finally dealing with it to actually go on the Orient Express in space to deal with this horrible thing, the foretold on the train, which is killing people, and the people who are about to die can only see the foretold, which is just a really creepy thing in this. Anyway, we go to the positives. This ranks as the Series 8 story with the most positives. 15 positives. That's definitely the most positives I give, and I've only watched it once, so that's flipping fantastic. Anyway, number one, I always say this a lot with them anyway. The opening introduction of the story really sets the tone of the story, with the countdown going down and a character immediately killed off. If you haven't watched it, I won't say who, but it's not really important character anyway. But yeah, sets the tone fantastically. Number one, Foretold, the Mummy, is absolutely fantastic. In my opinion, the best thing of the episode is the Mummy the Foretold was so brilliant. It even looked fantastic. The most detailed monster we've had in New Who. Probably my favourite New Who monster in Series 8. It was fantastic, alongside the Teller and what was that? The Clockwork Droids from Deep Breath. Anyway, at number 3, there were some of the supporting characters which I really liked actually, but actually I'll say that in a minute actually, because that would leave into someone else. But yeah, the supporting characters are actually really good and really entertaining to watch, except for that person with the watch. He's saying 30 seconds to live. I said, oh, shut up, don't say how long they're going to die. That's a little bit, harsh. And yeah, that character didn't really do a lot, really, but with the stopwatch. But there was another guy and the Professor. They were absolutely fantastic. There was another guy as well. Forgot his name. I'm so angry if I forgot his name. But it was the other guy with the mustache. He was absolutely brilliant. He was really interesting and enjoyable characters to watch. Anyway, number 4, I said this, the Mummy was the most detailed monster from Series 8. It just looked phenomenal. I don't know who would say it wouldn't look crap. It's just such a fantastic monster design for a Mummy. It just looks so fantastic, and the attention of detail for it was so good. Anyway, number 5, maybe people might say no to this, but I put the scientific elements were executed at the right place at the right time, and really well in my opinion. Yes, I like the scientific elements in it, which was placed into the story. I'm not sure if anyone else is a fan of it, but personally I am a fan of it, and it did it the right place at the right time, I would say. Anyway, number 7, probably my favourite part of the story. This is the scene where the Capaldi and the Foretold did that the standout scene. That was the best scene of New Who ever, where Capaldi sees the Foretold, and that's just the best scene in my opinion out of all of Series 8. That was just an absolute phenomenal scene. I think everyone would like that scene, because that was just so brilliant, that scene. Anyway, the 8, the aesthetics of the train really made it look like the Orient Express, and this one of course is in space. That's Doctor Who, it's really imaginative, which is in space, but yeah, the aesthetics of the train, it really looked like the Orient Express. Anyway, 9, I love how the Foretold can teleport. It gives that really creepiness to him. There was one of the scenes where the chef goes into the room, locks the door, and then it's gone, but when he looks to the right, it's right by there. God, that was so creepy that was, just to see a mummy. It's gone, but when you look like right or behind you, it's right there. It was so perfectly executed, it was. Especially the deaths. Anyway, number 9. Number 10, sorry. The countdown. I love how they added the countdown. It just brings tension and it just builds up all that tension, it does. I love how they activated, put the countdown by there. Number 11, the music really builds up tension as well. Fantastic music. I would love to get the Series 8 soundtrack because from Mummy on the Orient Express, that was very built up music. Yes, I love it how the people who are going to die next are the only ones who can see the Foretold. Again, that brings it absolutely creepy, and there was one scene where the Foretold goes right through the Doctor like a ghost. Love that scene, especially creepy as well. Number 13, got so many positives here. It focused more on the Doctor, so it felt more fresh in my opinion. This will lead into something else with Clara, which I'll get to in a minute, but I liked it that it focused more on the Doctor more without Clara. It just felt more fresh for me. And if you don't know, Clara is in this episode, if you haven't watched it. Because, that Kill the Moon, people respect Megan. Number 14, great past Doctor references to the 4th Doctor and the 9th Doctor. Yes, with the 4th Doctor was the Jelly Babies, and the 9th Doctor was Are You My Mummy from The Empty Child and the Doctor Dances story. So yeah, nice references. I always like a bit of references. And number 15, the overall story was perfectly executed in my opinion. A great story, great directed, and overall a fantastic performance. It was just so well performed in my opinion. Now we get to the negatives of this, and maybe some of them aren't that bad. Anyway, yes, this is with Fox now, Foxtis, and she was in it for well under a minute. I thought she would be an actual character, and but no, really, she just sat in it for literally under a minute. I thought she would be a character, but no, not really. So that's not really a negative, but she was just there for the fun of it, really. Anyway, number 2, Clara's relationship isn't tested, and it wasn't tested. That ending to Kill the Moon was like, whoa, this is really going to impact the Doctor's and Clara's relationship. But suddenly, right at the start of Mummy on the Orient Express, they just seem like completely fine. And I don't know, when you watch the end of Kill the Moon, you go straight forward to Mummy on the Orient Express, it just doesn't really feel like it. I just wish it was a tested relationship, and it seems like Clara has already just accepted the Doctor's apology, really, like that quick. I wish it didn't do that. Either if in this episode the Doctor and Clara's relationship was tested, or she didn't really need to be in it at all. Anyway, it is good that she was mostly covered in this whole episode. And number 3, all the good characters died in this story, but the crap ones didn't, all the non-characters didn't, but all the really good characters actually died in this. Sorry about the spoiler, but I think everyone's watched this Mummy on the Orient Express anyway, but yeah, all the good characters that died, like the Professor, for example, that other guy who I forgot his name, and who else? Died? No, I don't think there was anyone else. There was 2 individual characters, supporting characters, which were, in my mind, fantastic to watch. And number 4, I think a lot of people will say this, the ending was rushed. It was rushed, it was. I felt a little bit cheated when I looked at the ending of it. It was still a nice scene in my opinion, but, they rushed it too much. But I'm not too fussed about the ending, because I sort of like the ending, but I sort of wished it had a bit more to it. So I'm not, overly hate the ending. I quite actually like the ending, but just needed a bit more. Just a bit more. Anyway, that is all for positives and negatives. Yes, 15 positives and 4 negatives, which aren't really that bad negatives, except for this. No, they're not really. Probably all the good characters get killed, but no, it's pretty damn good in my opinion. And maybe I might rate this very high, but I rate it a 9 out of 10. Almost perfect, this story. Really enjoyed this one. I think a lot of people really enjoy the story. I have not seen a single person who dislikes it or says it's the worst from Series 8. If you are, then I completely disagree with you, even though it's just opinions, obviously. You always have personal opinions, but I would like to see a review of someone actually saying that they dislike the story, because that would be quite interesting, because I can't see how I would dislike the story because it's so fantastic. I would definitely watch this one again. 9 out of 10 for me. Beats Kill the Moon, because Kill the Moon's gone downhill for an 8 out of 10 now. So Murray on the Orient Express, currently in first. It may change in the future, but I think it might stick to a solid 9. Anyway, I don't think it will go downhill, and getting a 10 will be quite hard because it has negatives in it. So thank you very much for watching the review, and my next 2 videos coming up, well, that'll be next week because this video has been uploaded on Sunday, not Saturday. Next videos will be a review of Signs and Wonders, a Big Finish audio review on Tuesday. Wednesday will be actually a vlog. I've never done a vlog before, but that'll be very interesting. That'll be featured on Wednesday, and then Saturday will also be the Flatline review. Ugh, Flatline. Not looking forward to Flatline. It is a light-hearted Doctor Who episode. Well, it's not. No, sorry. Let me say that again. It's a Doctor Light episode, is what I meant, because it's like Blink. It does not feature the Doctor at all. But what can you do? You can't change it. Anyway, see you in those next few videos, and thank you very much for watching.